Hope is a good word, a good start. It inspires, opens new horizons. Hope is a valuable word. Losing it hurt us. For kids, it means even more. That's why I believe in nurturing that hope, to keep it alive as we together depart for new discoveries on their voyage of life. You know, one of them could win a Nobel Prize, another end up in prison. Others yet will become heart surgeons and tram drivers, teachers, engineers, and caretakers. Some will make a fortune, others struggle. I hope they will all find the magic of true love, of holding a hand that wishes you well, of closing your eyes knowing that you're safe. Adulthood starts somewhere. For a few hundred young people, this adult life starts every year at my school. You see, I am the principal of St. Olav Upper Secondary School in Sarpsborg, Norway. I have a real personal responsibility, a deeply rooted commitment to give our students the best possible platform for their future. The best possible start to adult life where they have received a good education, but not yet lost their curiosity to learn even more. Our students come to us in their mid-teens, mere adolescents. 3 years later, they leave us as young adults. Our job during these incredibly formative years is to give them a good education in a good environment with a diploma at the other end. But there is more. They are the future backbone of our democracy, of the guarantee that we in this uncertain world will retain our freedom and way of life. That's why school is important. Leaders talk about winners to be the best. Motivational speakers do so all the time, rightfully so. But for me, the picture is more complex. Pursuing an idea winners also tend to define losers. Perhaps the idea winners need losers, that this indeed is the true nature of contrasts. Still, as a school principal, I cannot think that way. I cannot support a dichotomy where some of my students' success comes at the cost of other students, also mine. They're all going to be a part of our common future, all of them, regardless of academic scores, work ethic, or other virtues. And remember, parents do send us the best kids they have. So, we think differently. Instead of opposites as a defining force, instead of winners and losers, we think more in terms of parallel growth. A growth rooted in the early understanding of each student's uniqueness, nurtured by individual achievement, while yet manifesting itself on a broader common ground. A growth fostering individual mastery, motivation, and desire to learn regardless of where on the academic scale one moves, while still celebrating merit and academic excellence. A paradox, you might ask. Yes, indeed. And unfortunately, to my dismay, no school principal, at least not on this side of Harry Potter, can wave his magic wand and thus create his desired universe. There is no secret button, no magic potion, no recipe for school quick fix. Instead, my colleagues and I are faced with hard work in a complex reality. But we are determined, resolute, and quite stubborn. Therefore, we're organized and staffed to meet individual students' needs, to honor our academic standards, to safeguard class environments and our diverse student population, in addition, of course, to economic and administrative concerns, pedagogical support, and a whole lot more. We must ensure that our students are treated fairly, that the grading is fair and according to norms, that our teaching is of high quality, that our student services and our physical and social environment make us all thrive, motivates our students, and make them want to come to school every day. We must ensure that our real-time radar scans our community and beeps whenever anomalies are detected, just to ensure that we, before it's too late, can define and implement corrective measures, that we can stretch out a helping hand and make a difference. Key to success is cooperation and good leadership on all levels, making sure that we all pull in the same direction at the same time and with a shared purpose as to why we do it. That we collectively are prepared for change and that our pursuits are informed by pedagogical expertise, the use of authentic data, and a real compassion for our students. School is all about the student. The whole student, not fragments of the individual, not the student in math class, in English, or the chemistry lab. Every day we must see the student, acknowledge that we do, and provide multi-level support for each one to grow. Every day, acknowledge that no two students are alike, but that both are equally important to us and to me. This insight must inform our analysis and efforts, our priorities, and the way we deploy the school's resources. Like all CEOs, the principal is responsible for creating culture, for reinventing culture. As such, words must be followed by deeds, guided by insight and supported by integrity. People look to you for inspiration, for leadership, for direction. You need to meet those expectations, be conscious of that responsibility. On the first day of school, I always tell the students, excited 16-year-olds who are about to start high school, that sometimes it gets a little boring sitting in the principal's office doing principal's things. Then I like to take a walk. I look at them, finding curiosity, excited eyes. I would be very happy if you smile and say hi when you meet me. Then I promise, always smile and say hi back. This becomes our social contract. And to my great joy, throughout the year, we all honor it. Every year, I try to visit all our classrooms. I always tell the students how much our deal means to me. A few weeks ago, a boy, soon 18, upon me saying that, and without missing a beat, replied on behalf of the class, "It means a lot to us too." He looked me square in the eye. No trace of irony, "It means a lot that you see us." Students depend on safe environments to flourish, to set free their creativity and unleash that power only young people have. That force which throughout history has worked true marvels. They must know that it's safe to fail, because no one hits the mark on their first attempt. And if they do, if they master it immediately, then the task is too easy, too undemanding, the bar set too low. But to dare to try again, everyone must feel the trust and confidence needed to charge into new and unknown territory. Our job is to create this collective where we all help them get there, regardless of one's individual pace and academic skills. Support their playfulness, their curiosity, remove their fear of making mistakes, support them in exploring the unknown, instilling in them the value of never giving up. Taking a break now and then, yes, reducing the speed, halting even, but never giving up. Showing true grit in all we do, ensuring them that true grit never goes out of fashion. Our students deserve an atmosphere where we show that we care about them, that we believe in them and see them, thus giving confidence to their own ability to succeed. They deserve a learning environment that secures a psychological safety, that gives them the power to explore themselves and their surroundings, to seek knowledge and new horizons, to explore into the unknown. Therefore, we must strengthen our students' self-efficacy, that is, their individual and collective belief that they can master the tasks ahead. All our students, each one as an individual and together in different group constellations, must all experience authentic growth and realize truly that we believe in them, that we believe that they can climb that ladder, that they can overcome that challenge. And equally important, that they believe so themselves. Not unrealistic fantasies on solving impossible equations, but the belief that you, yes, you, can do what no one ever before thought that you could ever do. This is how we create faith, how we create hope, and how we create a better future. And hope requires a dream. To me, schools are at the center of the dream business. Young dreams should be nurtured to grow into new, even more attainable dreams, developing into the power that can create new direction, new insight, new knowledge, and renewed self-confidence. Yes, I believe in this dream, and even more, I believe in the power that lies in our young people carrying those dreams and giving them meaning. I believe in the individual. I also believe in individuals achieving things together, creating communities that become bigger than each individual part. This added value, when students realize that confidence, trust, and tolerance in and for each other's differences, in fact, empowers their shared learning community, while also strengthening the individual, that this extended collective commands immense power. We work together, we are together, we invent our future together. That's why schools are not just about individual students and their grades, about individual teachers and their classrooms, but very much about strong and well-functioning learning communities. And together our kids will change the world, starting with turning up every morning, being greeted at the school gate with expectations, respect, and a welcoming smile. Finding that bass note, that tune, that beat, which will take you through the day. And then when that day is gone, and after so many other days are gone, that rhythm and that beat will take you into your adult life, take you through life. Yes, they will change the world, each and all in his or her way, each playing their part. That's why we all matter. That's why being a school principal matters. Being a teacher in student services and everywhere else in our schools, it all matters. In my school, in your school, in schools all over the world, we are preparing our young people for their meeting with adult life, for taking that giant leap into the unknown. It means the world, and we believe in these kids. We support them, we cheer for them, but mind you, we also expect a lot from them. The first day of school last fall, I received a text from a girl who had started at another school. She wanted to come to St. Olav, she wrote. She also wanted to say hi and smile at me in the hallways like her friends did, because this was something the old classmates were left with, what the principal had said about smiling. And that's how it is. Perhaps naive. We smile and say hi to each other. That's where our culture building starts. It starts with you as the principal and how you choose to appear in the school community. That you're visible, clear, and genuine. That words and actions are connected, that you inspire both individual and the community. And thus our culture continues to evolve and reinvent itself every day, layer by layer, embracing all our classrooms, all our daily work, but it never stops. Too much is at stake. Because of this, our canvas is bigger than our curriculum, a lot bigger. In its essence, we're talking about nothing less than the well-being of our democracy. On our canvas, therefore, in our learning communities, we explore the freedom to discuss ideas, the freedom of belief, and the freedom to make our own choices, all while pursuing academic and personal progress, individual and collective growth. Do we fail? Yes, we do. The diplomas that never came to be, those futures that were put on hold and sometimes never really got going again. That feeling of immense, unforgiving guilt for that one boy who never was able to cope with life. That moment, that day, when that girl gave up and you felt so helpless and so little and so sad. Are we to blame? Yes, we are. Together with our politicians, our bureaucrats, and many more. And of course, the individual students, with their parents. We all share in that responsibility. But the blame game isn't very productive. That's why we focus on building supportive cultures, on relations, on self-efficacy, on self-confidence, on creating a school where we all thrive. That's why I talk about creating strong and empowering learning communities, about creating these environments that can be life-changing to many and make a real difference to many, many more, no matter who they are, no matter their past, no matter their ongoing hardships during these formative years. We enter their lives at a time when their parents are about to loosen up on their day-to-day guardianship. A time when these kids' lives, when their adulthood is beginning to manifest itself. Because soon they really are adults. Soon their values and virtues, their accumulated qualifications, their dreams and their hopes will guide them into their own futures. Soon those days at St. Olav and all those other schools will disappear, lose their daily relevance, fall into vague memories while universities, jobs, and family life gradually take over. Yet our contribution during these years truly matters. That's why I so deeply appreciate and respect the work and commitment of our teachers, our staff, and our management, our collective effort. I thank you. Yes, one of them could win a Nobel Prize. Another, sadly, will end up in prison. To me, both, together with all the others in between, they're all my students, living their lives and pursuing their individual dreams. I care for them. I believe in them. So, adulthood starts somewhere. And for these kids, it starts at my school, under my care. But come to think of it, I need your help. My colleagues need it, as do our students. We all need you to be interested, to be curious and involved. We need parents to take an active interest in their kids' education. We need cooperation with local authorities and business communities. And we need society around us to see possibilities, synergies, and a common future. Together, we can strengthen the bridges that bring those adolescents to us, make that transition so much better. Together, we can strengthen and build new bridges that will take our young adults into their new future, onto new horizons. Because together we make a real difference. You ready to do your part? I think you are. And I thank you for it. Thank you.